Well, hello, good day, good morning, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. Welcome to Dashcam Diary of a Disabled with me, Chronically Happy. So it's been quite hard to be happy lately since I re-injured myself. I fell really bad because Stormy was jumping out of the vehicle and got excited about the smells and just took off and pulled me straight to the ground, falling on my hands and on my right hip, completely screwing me up even more than I already am. I have hand damage that I need attention paid to. My right hand is even more damaged than the left, but they are both damaged almost equally as bad. Right one definitely worse because of my jammed pinky, and it has affected both my thumb and my pinky on both hands the way I landed. So it's really hard to use my hands, and I have noticed that I've been having lock hand issues on the left where I've never had issues before. And so it's only complicated my health problems and injuries and stuff that I have to try and take care of now, and more specialists and more doctors and more imaging and just a gambit of crap that I really did not need to add to my plate. I'm already busy trying to live my life and also still doing tons of freaking treatments every single week, 2 to 3 times a week, if not sometimes up to 5 times a week at the doctors, different doctors throughout the entire 7 days or 5 days, 5-day work week, I should say. I spend sometimes up to 5 appointments in 5 days. And now I get to add to that. I have a lot of phone calls to make, but I'm still trying to process my feelings, which has been hard to do because I've been shutting my feelings off and self-medicating with Percocet because I'm devastated. I'm devastated with all this new issues that I have that I just have to learn to live with and deal with the pain. I cannot rely on painkillers. It's not a sustainable treatment plan. It's not sustainable. And I am trying my best not to even take my full prescription. Today, I am going to try my best not to take any at all because if y'all don't know, painkillers, Vicodin, Percocet, Oxy, Dilaudid, morphine, all of it depletes your serotonin in your brain. It works on those serotonin receptors. That's why you get high feeling or euphoria. It's the feeling of serotonin floating in your body for whatever amount of time. So that's why they say you stop feeling that euphoria the more dependent your body becomes on it, because it changes your brain chemicals because it depletes your serotonin. Just like it's a slower process, but it is just like taking other substances like MDMA. That also depletes all of your serotonin. That's why a lot of people are attracted to that substance, because it gives you that, it depletes your serotonin in the matter of hours. Whereas like painkillers, it's like a slow depletion over a period of time, and it slowly it just numbs you of all your feelings. So you don't have any feelings whatsoever, to the point where you're in pain. So then all you have is pain brain, and then pain brain causes anger, and then anger leads to depression and, even more emotional dysregulation. So I'm still in the parking lot of my chiropractor. I'm about to leave, but I really wanted to show how serious I am about this topic, because it's not I believe in pain medication, but I don't believe in it long term, and it's not sustainable long term. And I just have a lot to think about when it comes to my upcoming surgery, because my doctor, my neurosurgeon who is going to operate on me, is concerned about me being on this pain patch, because she's only operated on one other person that's had this kind of pain patch, and they had a very hard time managing her pain after surgery because she was on the pain patch, and it only allows so much opioids into your brain, and it also blocks opioids from your brain and body. So the fact that it does both, this pain patch, the potential to OD is pretty freaking high. I mean, you can OD on this stuff, especially if you're not careful, and because you're not feeling, if I was somebody that abused the pain medication and took it to get that euphoria feeling, because that's what gets people addicted to in the first place, is that sense of euphoria, and then and then the euphoria wears off, but then you also have the analgesic effect from the pain medication. So you have a little bit of time of euphoria, then you have the pain relief time, and then you get the rebound pain. Some people have talked about how there's no such thing as rebound pain. Well, there is. Once the pain medication wears off, you're gonna feel pain again. And sometimes you might feel even more pain than you did before, because you did things throughout the day that your body had blocked the signals of causing pain, because you're doing a repetitive motion or doing whatever you're doing. And so you end up being in honestly more pain once the medication wears off, because your body didn't give your brain the pain signals to tell you to stop doing that one thing that's going to end up causing you more pain when the medication runs out. It's not natural to block your pain signals. It's not good to block them. It's not good to block them 100%, but it's good to be able to block half of them. That's why I believe in this pain patch. It's not fentanyl. It's buprenorphine. So this is another educational trigger warning video. I will have to put it in or a disclaimer or something at the top. Trigger warning. Substance abuse talk. That lady is not wearing enough clothes for... It's only 50 degrees outside. I'm concerned about this lady that was waiting with her kid at the bus stop. She was in a dress. I mean, I like to wear dresses too this time of year, but I'm going to be layered, and I'm going to have a lot less skin showing. I like to show as much skin as possible when it's hot outside, but I like to cover up all my skin when I'm cold. I do not regulate my body temperature because I have something called POTS, dysautonomia, which is part of your autonomic nervous system, which auto means automatic. Your body automatically, so your autonomic nervous system, the part of your nervous system that automatically does things for you, like regulate your blood pressure, your heart rate, and your body temperature, which also gets disrupted by endocrine disrupting chemicals and such. The endocrine system is very, very fragile, and it's so easy to throw it out of whack. And my endocrine system is out of whack, and my body is attacking my thyroid to the point where I'm not going to have a functioning thyroid at some point in my life, and I'm going to have it removed. And then I'm going to be definitely stuck taking hormone replacement the rest of my life for my thyroid. It's a very important part of your endocrine system that helps detox you from heavy metals, and it accumulates heavy metals too. So the more heavy metals you accumulate, or if you don't have enough, then you're not going to get the right amount of hormone circulating through your body. So then your the part of your endocrine, your hypothalamus, thalamus, pituitary, or your hypothalamus, pituitary gland, and your thyroid gland all work in conjunction together to help regulate your autonomic nervous system. And so I do believe that there is some kind of connection with the two, because everything is connected, and everything in your body is amazing. The things that your body can do to regulate itself, but when those things get messed up that help regulate your body, it's kind of hard to deal with all these really weird symptoms that come from all over the place that don't really make sense, because your body's going haywire. It's just like, what are you doing? Why are you not doing what you're supposed to be doing, body? You have to ask yourself, to your brain, what can I do to help my body function better? So look up information, watch videos, educate yourself, learn about those parts of your body. If you have something that's not working right in your body, you should probably try and investigate it and work on it like you would a car. You kind of think about your body like a car. You take your car to a mechanic and they run a diagnostic test, and they try, if they can't find anything on the diagnostic test, they kind of got to do some exploring. So not all diagnostic tests will give you the answer. So you got to just keep exploring, and you got to keep ruling things out. And you just got to go down the list of one by one. There's so many things that are connected to the adrenal gland, like adrenaline, fight or flight responses, your body going into survival mode because it's not happy with how it's not functioning correctly. I mean, there's so much to think about within your body when everything is malfunctioning, like in mine. And it's so hard to just keep trying to follow up with every single system of my body. It's like I have a specialist in almost every category now. Well, I'm working on getting all of them anyways. I kind of need to go to the Salem VA. Gosh, I don't really want to do that today. But I should probably go sign up for getting an eye exam done. I could maybe make that on my list of things to do tomorrow. But I only have so much gas. I really don't have much gas. I don't have any money for gas. I have a quarter of a tank, and I have to come into Salem on Friday. Maybe I'll make my uncle go with me to the VA. Have him see how the VA works over here. Oh, gosh, my feet are cold. I hate turning on the heat because it blows heat through the vent, which is holding my phone, which overheats my phone. Oh, I gotta pee. I gotta go to my storage unit on my way home because I need to take all this stuff out of my car. I want to start getting better at creating other kind of content. I don't want to be so much a copycat, but it is good to follow up on the trends and do trending type ways of doing videos. And so I might be trying to do some more shorts in the future, guys, about my point of view, what people see versus how it feels. I feel like those are very dynamic visualizations rather than me just sitting here and talking about it and not getting much hour watched. I need hours watched in order to monetize, but I know it takes a lot more to get shorts, because shorts and long form content are not combined together into watch hours. So I either have to make it big on shorts or make it big on long form content. And, you know, I feel like long form content is really like, this is what I'm drawn to. This is what I need for myself, is to therapy myself. And I haven't been doing it much lately. I've been way too busy raving and partying and dancing, getting injured, and now taking care of my new injury, that I haven't felt in the mood to do these videos. I've been very antisocial and introverted because of my opioid use. It puts me in a bad state of mind. I don't like the way it makes me irritable, and it makes my mast cells go crazy, so I get bloating and puffiness all over the place, itchy, crawly skin. No matter how much freaking Benadryl I take, it doesn't take care of the allergy type systemic problem that mast cells release into what they call a cytokine storm, which can put me in a full-blown flare, which I'm heading there right now if I don't really take care of myself. I really have to be careful about what I do. And I have to be careful about my mood. I have to be in the right mindset to take care of certain things. And I go through these stages of just hibernating and being in bed and just trying to listen to my body. But my body is so malfunctioned, it's hard to listen to because I don't know what I need to do for it. I try to listen, I try to ground myself. I just don't. Some days I just don't have it in me. I get very emotional. I cried a bit at the Chiro this morning because we couldn't get everything. And with these acute injuries, this is the way it goes. Like, I have so much PTSD from falling. Like, so I have all these same feelings rush back from every new injury because it's very traumatic for me, because I don't always get the help that I want. But even when I do get the help that I want, it's not necessarily the help that is best for me. Like the opioids, like I convinced an ER doctor to prescribe them, but it's not my best interest to be on them for my allergy to them, and on top of, and then it creates more systemic issues. So I'm not doing my body many favors, but I fight with my brain because I want to get more done, and I want to listen to my body, but I also want to ignore it. I want to ignore it so bad, and that's where the self-medicating and opioid use comes in. I want to ignore my pain so bad because I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of all the new pain I have now. But it's something I have to get used to with the new amount of pain I'm in. It's just, I have to get used to it. Last time I fell, I didn't even get any opioids. And I made it through last time. I can get through it without opioids this time too. I know I can. I've done it before. I can do it again. It's just my automatic first response to any new injury is my fallback is go on opioids, because that's what I only knew for my entirety of my medical journey up until my pain patch, really. But when my doctor wanted to, it traumatized me knowing what my neurosurgeon told me, that she's nervous about my pain management after surgery. But if I were to up my if I were to up the amount of pain patch, I have a feeling she'll just totally be like, no, I will not operate because I will not be able to manage your pain. I will OD you. And I don't want that on my conscience. And I can understand where a neurosurgeon is coming from with that. So it's a tough boat to be in, because I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, I kind of want to up it. On the other hand, I told myself I'll never go above the level I'm at with 10 micrograms, because I feel like that's way too much already. But to even consider going up to 20, double that, it really makes me upset because I don't want to up it that high, because then I won't possibly get surgery. And I've been fighting so hard for this surgery that I felt like I had no other option besides opioids for now. And it really upsets me because I'm allergic to these, and it's the binding ingredients in it. It's not necessarily the opioid itself, it's the ingredients within the pill itself. But finding a pharmacy to be able to fill any kind of liquid or compounded pain meds is impossible. I mean, not 100% impossible, but I don't even know what that search would look like, but I don't even want to take the time to do that either, because that's also reinforcing the habit of opioids and the cycle of potential dependence that I don't want. I don't want the dependence on them. I don't want my body to get used to them, because I already feel the negative thought processes trying to return because of the lack of serotonin in my brain. And I don't want that. So I'm trying to manage my pain without pain meds. But I also am so scared of not having them in case I want them. But on the other hand, I don't want them, because of all the other things, because my ultimate goal is surgery, and I don't want anything to take that away from me. I need this surgery, and I need it now. Just like that commercial. I have 1-800 cash now. I want my money, and I want my money now. 187 cash now. J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. Freaking commercial generation. Gen X, we grew up on freaking commercials, man. They brainwashed us with commercials, you know. They brainwashed us in wanting toys that we really didn't need, or, you know, want for long term. Now we got a whole bunch of ads for apps, and I'm sorry, I don't want to load my phone down with a whole bunch of apps. I'd rather use all my memory for videos and pictures. So, F the apps. The opioid cycle is terrible. I don't recommend people take it unless they absolutely have to. And I feel like the only reason I would need them is for acute injury or freaking after surgery pain. I feel like I don't even deserve to have these Percocets that I have. I feel like I don't even deserve them. I probably should not even take them because of my allergy to them or my body's reaction to them. My body's side effects from taking opioids, the longer I do it, the more it builds up and the more it's worse off on me. And so giving myself a day or two break of not taking them is my goal. So I honestly think I will hand them to my mom and be like, look, take these away from me. I'm just too tempted, because I want to get things done. And I don't want to feel the pain from doing them. So instead of doing preemptively taking it before I do all my stuff, I'm going to not take them until after I do all my treatments today. And if I still need it after my treatments, after I do the things I need to do, like I just got done with my Chiro, I'm in less pain because of that. But I'm also in more pain because I'm unstable. I'm unstable because my muscles are all loose, and the instability in my joints is bad because of the fall. I just outstretched more parts of my body by the acute injury and the constant fight of inflammation that is happening right now. My body is going into a flare. Why I have such puffy face. Opioid use and my mast cell reactions to the ingredients in the medication. That's not an exact true anaphylactic allergy, because my EDS does not allow my anaphylaxis to close my airways off 100% because it's extra lax and I have extra movement in all my joints and in all my soft tissue and fascia. It is extra elastic. Everything is more pliable in my body. My jugular, my throat opening, everything is more flexible. And so even though I'm having these like anaphylactic type symptoms, it's mild anaphylaxis. There's such thing as mild anaphylaxis. Everybody thinks of anaphylaxis as instantly like swell up and stop breathing instantly. No. With mast cell activation syndrome, it is like a very slow systemic response where it does cause inflammation throughout my entire body. It bloats up my face. It causes edema, extra water retention in between the layers of all the tissues. It creates inflammation, and so that inflammation is pushing against the nerves, it's pressing against the muscles, it's pressing against everything. And mast cells cause inflammation, and inflammation causes mast cells to degranulate. So it's a cycle of feeding off of each other and a cycle going in a circle. Unless I myself stop that circle by stopping the thing that's triggering the response of my body doing this, which is the opioids at this point, on top of the acute injury, which is slowly trying to heal, but I'm not allowing it to heal because I'm pushing these pills in me that my body does not like. My body responds bad to them. Not to the point of where I can stop breathing, but it gets to the point where I get really uncomfortable in my body because it bloats up, and then I'm inflamed, and then it's nerve pain, and then it it presses against the joints and stuff, and my veins dilate more, and everything is just hyper flexible and like jello. So nothing is really steady inside my body. Inside, everything is just like jello. Blah, 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 blah. Huh. I need to find some good images of like insides of bodies looking like jello or something. I need to really up my editing game when it comes to the content that I want to create here pretty soon, which is what it looks like versus what it feels like. Because I saw a video like that this morning, and it was it put me in my feels. From another a woman that does a lot of content. She got long COVID and she has never bounced back to her normal pre-long COVID body. She's healed her body and she's doing very well comparatively, but she's not back 100%. And well, long COVID is kind of like mast cell activation and POTS put together. A lot of people with long COVID end up with those comorbidities, POTS and mast cell activation, which is the dysautonomia that I mentioned at the beginning, and the mast cells that I'm talking about now, which mast cells are part of your allergic reaction process. They degranulate and cause sensitivities. Gosh, I gotta pee. Oh. I cannot twist my body right now. I have to be very careful. I need to turn my body. I I can't do that. I have to go just turn all the way there. That's ridiculous having to do that to do the gate code to get to my storage unit. Having to turn my entire body because if I twist ever so slightly, pop, 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 after everything my chiropractor just moved, I'm not about to try and chance that. Every slight twist of my body or turn will throw something out like that. Let me pause this real fast. Dang, it is cold outside. It is 49 degrees out in my town that I live in. Yeah. What structure are they putting right here? Which reminds me, I need to get over to my trailer and go get everything I don't want out of it for all winter and get ready to strap her down and put a freaking tarp over it. I don't have a covered area for my trailer. My trailer has a leak around the AC unit around on the top, and I do need to take care of that, but I just, my neck is all tight on this side already. Oh, my organs, oh, my organs, oh, my organs, oh, my organs, my intestines, oh, my cramping, oh. I think I'm here all the time when this other person's here. I wish I had that amount of stuff in my storage unit compared to what I've got. I got a lot less stuff. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, I got all of this stuff to put away. I got all these things. I got my small skelly. I still have to go home and go get my big one. Oh, my stomach hurts. Oh, I do need to eat something. I have straight just caffeine in my stomach, and that never settles well when it's just straight caffeine. I usually eat a banana first thing to try and have something in my stomach to mix with the caffeine, so it's not straight up caffeine, just like inflaming my intestines by itself. I need to have something to take the inflammation down. Excuse me, with my banana. I don't necessarily like eating on camera, but man, I just need to eat. Oh, I have gas pain because he got so much to move, and then once I emptied my bladder is now empty, so now things can kind of settle where they need to settle. So now things are like shifting around in my bowels and my bladder area, and it feels like cramps, but I have gas pain. Oh. 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 Doesn't help that I'm backed up and constipated from the pain meds, and I'm out of my magnesium, and I can't afford to buy any for like another week. Dang it, I miss my dog. I usually eat a banana around my dog and give her like the bottom portion. I'm like, I was gonna, oh wait, my dog's not with me. Oh, I love Stormy. I went and took her on a long little jog around downtown where I live, and then took her to the dog park. And I never take her to the dog park because I don't trust other people and their dogs. And I just tried to introduce Stormy to a dog at the beach the other day, and the dog lunged and bit at her, and it looked like she might have bit her face, but I couldn't find any puncture wounds in Stormy's face. But that dog really went after her, trying to bite Stormy's face off. So it's just best not to freaking, usually I'm like, the lady was talking with some other people, and she allowed the dogs to smell each other. Usually I'm like, are they friendly? But she we really didn't have that time to like discuss much because I didn't want to interrupt the conversation at the same time. Be like, are they friendly? And she's like, this dog's never done that before. So it was a golden retriever too. I've never had any golden ever come after my lab. They're very similar in breeds, but like Stormy's never had any problems with any Goldens. And it's always German Shepherd mixes. German Shepherds and Stormy don't get along. I don't know what it is, but I feel like German Shepherds are just more aggressive and more protective. And I myself have never really liked German Shepherds ever since I got bit in the face by one. Nipped at. It wasn't that bad, but it was enough that it was like, F that kind of breed. I don't like those breeds. And I don't know what it is, but Stormy don't like that breed either. And so we're just too gentle at people. And that's why Stormy and I are imprinted or whatever, you know. She's a fun, play-loving dog, sweetheart, with mysterious medical issues like me. That we were meant to, you know, she's my doggy. And even though I get jealous of my mom and her relationship at times, like Stormy still looks at me for approval when somebody else is calling her over. She stares at me, and then I'm kind of like, come here, come on, come say hi to Nana, you know. Like she looks for me for direction. She knows that, you know, I'm her person, but she also loves everybody else in the house too, almost as much. You know, she's growing on my uncle. My uncle plays with her a little bit more. It's taking him some time to warm up to her, but he gets more annoyed by her than anything. He's like, get out of here. The other day he's like, yeah, I'm tired of throwing frisbee. Welcome to dog world in our house. If you allow her, she will play nonstop. And it's because I don't take her on 2 to 3 walks a day like I should, because I'm not capable of that. My mom helped me out for a while, but for a while, and when I'm on opioids, I get really, really like domineering and when it's selfish or needy. I don't know how to describe. I'm not saying the right word, but I get very codependent. No, I get very possessive over my dog. Like nobody can do anything for my dog but me, and so my dog is suffering those days when I'm having a crappy attitude like that because I don't allow my mom to take my dog to just on a short trip somewhere, or you know, my mom was going to take her to the park to play or something, and I'm like, no, she's my dog. Like I get pissy some days, I really do, and I don't mean to be, and you know, I don't want to just blame it all on my opioids, but like it does contribute a lot to my mood and how I interact with others. And the same with my dad. When my dad is on them, or my everybody I know that's ever taken opioids, it changes their brain, and it's not for the better. My dad gets snappier. My dad, you can't interrupt him. He just gets pissy. He has a scowl on his face. His ADHD focus, if you interrupt it at the wrong time, and he's been taking opioids, like me, I'm just like my dad. Like, watch out. I will bite your head off for no reason, and I will say a lot of mean things. And my dad just gets defensive because my dad gets tired of my mom's crap, and my mom gets tired of my dad's crap. They both get tired of each other's crap. And then I'm in the middle, and then I'm a jerk because nothing is going the way I want it to, so then I take it out on everybody around me. So I try to hide and hibernate, and I try my best to be present and not like so like medicated that I am not thinking about anything other than getting my tasks done. And then if I can't get my tasks done, then I get pissed off because I'm like, I just need to get this done. And I keep getting interrupted to do this or that, or my mom's like, you need to do something with your dog, or you need to take care of this, or I'm like, stop throwing extra stuff at me that I know I need to do and I will get to, but please allow me the time to get to it when I can get to it. I'm not purposely being lazy, and this is a lot of my childhood trauma, is doing things when and how my mom wants it done. And she wants it done now. She's a very impatient person. Like, it's the, I don't know if it's the OCD, but it's like whatever the mental component is in that side of the family, it is brought on from a lot of childhood trauma that they dealt with. And the more my uncle, explains about his childhood and stuff, and it's so hard for generational gaps to understand the younger generations because they just weren't raised that way. I'm not gonna lie, my mom's side had it hard. They had it tough. It was rough on them. They did not have a childhood. They were forced into working at a very young age, and a lot of them dropped out of high school. They didn't have shoes, and if they wanted anything,